Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. Okay, so in this episode we're going to try to get a few things squared away. We don't have enough O2 production going right now. Falling behind, and so I need to get that upgraded. One of the things I know is that you're supposed to have 3 of these per person. That's sustainable O2. And I think 2 would be good, but 3 is definitely going to be the go-to amount. So we're going to go ahead and carve this up. And then we're going to put a conveyor also. Put it here. We need some interior plates. And I'll get that going. So I wanted to apologize to all of you that were expecting a live stream today, as I was not able to, as I was having some computer problems. So my goal is to try to get a live stream in tomorrow, or later today, depends on when you're watching this. And no, this is going to be cheaper if we use 90s here. So basically what is happening is for some reason I'm getting some pretty severe system lockups, and it's just not cool to be live streaming when your machine's not staying online. So I'm able to do recording because I can cut out when I lock up. It's also why I also do a lot of autosaves. And it goes this direction, and this direction. There we go. So let's see, we got enough to fill this one. So we're going to do that. Alright. So let's go ahead and go with K, Scorpion Mark III, Control. Okay, so all 3 farms are online. We're just missing components to get that online. So let's see what that is. A couple motors. Okay, we can handle that, I think. It's a long ways to go for some motors. So you guys are asking for some ground vehicles. We'll get to that. I definitely want to get a bunch of ground vehicles going. I want to get ground vehicles going because they're what's going to cause us to feel earthbound. Specifically right now we need gravity to feel earthbound because, well, we're not. So we need a couple motors, so I'm going to have to fly up to go get those. So I'm going to go ahead, actually, wait, hold on. No, I'm not going to cut up a grinder. I was just like, oh, I'll just take you out of here. So motor, no, we don't have any. So I'm going to run up to the Kestrel, grab some, and I will see you on the other side of the cut. Okay, so we're back. Got that extra connector hooked up. And let's take a look at how we're doing here for O2. Drastically better. It's refilling much quicker. So I also brought down some extra bottles and some extra motors because we're going to need those as well. Now we're going to need to get a refinery online and then follow that up with an assembler. So let's see here. I don't think we have enough power to run our refinery right now, but it's definitely something we're working on. I added a few more solar panels, as you guys can see here, and battery will be fully charged in 3 hours. So much better than the 16 hours when we started with 1 solar panel. But obviously O2 being the more important one, it's up and running as well. So the other thing we can do is, actually that's what we're going to have to do, is we're going to use the Reaper. We're going to go around and we're going to collect some stuff. It's what I wanted to do in my live stream today, is get the refining done and use the Kestrel. So I'm thinking that that's what we're going to have to do, is we're going to be running the Reaper up to the Kestrel to do refining and some production of some basic stuff until we get more things online here. So let's do a little bit of exploring, Let's see, we have O2. We do, kind of. Alright, so actually we can put a med bay here now. That's an interesting concept. I think we'll do that when we get a little bit more oxygen built up. It's growing quickly, but I still feel as though it's not fast enough for what we need. So we have an antenna on this guy and a ore detector. So I think we need to find uranium. I think if we find some uranium, then we can probably do some mining for uranium. And get reactors online. Okay, so for those of you who are flying through this thing, careful, there are some jaggeds. Like this guy here. There's another right there. There's a really, really, really small one right above my dash. That nearly took out my cockpit. Silicon, stone, cobalt, lots of ice. Even more ice. I don't think we're going to fit. I'm pretty sure we're not. Not even going to try it. That was close as I needed to get. Which means we need to go to this guy. It'd be really awesome if we could find some uranium. Let's see here. These are really awesome caves. Very well suited for these landcraft that we're going to be making. Okay, so we came through here, so feels like we're in the ground. This is really weird. I am not seeing much in the way of uranium. So there's some of you had made comments about I had wanted to put a yikes, an outpost or a watchtower up here on top of this mountain, and you guys have made some awesome comments about using a ship with a rotor and a gyro and a sniper rifle. Oh, it's that mountain over there we were talking about. Wow, we came out way over here. That's pretty cool. And so yeah, totally we're gonna do that. We're gonna head down that route once we get to the point where we're expanding past our small little shanty of a base. Alright, so come on with the uranium. All the cobalt is right there. Holy crap, this giant mountain of cobalt. And this is all nickel and iron, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Which is fantastic, because, I mean, that's one of the components we need for ammunition, I believe, to protect our base and stuff. But none of that matters if we're not producing enough power, so... More iron? Yeah. Okay, so we might have to actually do some pretty hardcore digging to find uranium. So if any of you guys have played this map and know where uranium is, little heads up, would be cool. So I know where I'm going to go dig to get uranium. So the other thing too is for those of you who play this, is there asteroids out there, or are they removed as a part of this modded pack? I'm not explored anything but the surface, and in fact, this is now the most I've explored the surface at all. So lots of silicon, lots of everything, just no uranium. Another thing I haven't seen is platinum either. But that's okay, it's not a massive commodity. I mean, it's used, but I don't think it's used as much. Alright, so I think we've covered quite a bit. I don't see any uranium. Well, that's kind of depressing. Guess we're stuck with solar power for sure. Alright, so how much energy do we have left? 74%, okay. Some of this crag, it's such a dark color in the shade, it looks like it could have been uranium. It's like, oh, whoa, right there. Alright, so we'll grab our ship, and we're going to head back to our base. And that totally would have fit. Better safe than sorry, right? Alright, let's go get this back to base. And we're not going to fly through there because we know there's some free-floating JAG goods in there. Alright. Alright, so we're going to need to find some uranium as well, or create, you know, there's so much silicon here, I'm sure that's probably what he was going for. I bet you this abundant supplies is for us to create a bunch of solar panels, solar arrays. So we're going to start working in that direction. Let's see here. How are we doing on O2? Really good. So in theory we should fill this bottle. Almost. Okay, so we're getting there. So control panel, that emptied it. Okay, so in a few minutes of flying around, we're still not to the point where we're using it or replenishing as much as we're using. That's kind of a bad thing. I think part of that is because we don't have enough power. See, max input, max output. So where are we at per power? Okay. So I think if we check now, our actual power output should be higher, or O2 power output should be higher because we have more power to produce more O2. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Alright, so we need to get these solar panels online as well. So, which means we need more solar cells, which are up on the station, I believe. So if we go K, Kestrel, inventory. Yeah, so we got plenty of solar panels up there. I'm gonna work out I'm trying to work out a few different ways for us to get inventory down here without having to go up and back every single time. A gravity chute would be pretty cool. I just thought of that, where we could shoot things down via gravity and they just kind of fall down here. That's totally feasible, and not unrealistic. I mean, we don't have gravity on the planet right now. So whatever momentum a part would get up there, in theory, it would carry all the way to the point to where it came in contact with us down here. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut right now, and we're going to go ahead and go up to the Kestrel, and we're going to take care of a few things there. So see you on the other side of the cut. Okay, so we're back up at the Kestrel. Bottles, and I'm going to refill my O2 here real quick. And so my idea is that, okay, so our base is down there, and we're pretty much straight above our base. So what I think we're going to do is swap out this for an ejector. So the idea is that first check it for inventory. Hey, look at that, it does have inventory. So let's go with cargo. So what we can be able to do in theory is anytime we have something we want to send down to the planet, if this works, we can call up the Kestrel and just move items out of her inventory and send them to this one device and just hit eject. And in theory, they'll start falling. We'll have to turn the gravity back on the Kestrel, but I think for the advantage of getting these items, I think it'll be worth it. So let's see here. We need, I think it's, is it an ejector? Yes. And those are only small ship, aren't they? No, it's a large ship. Oh, sweet. That's convenient. Alright, so let's go in here. Info. Control panel. Oh, there it goes. There. So throw out off, collect all off. So if we turn throw out on, does it start spitting stuff out? No, it does not, because there's nothing in it. So when we put something in it, it will in theory that's kind of slow. So if we turn the gravity back on, it should go at a lot quicker pace. So gravity, generator toggle block on. We have gravity now, so let's throw those 3 back in. That is a much higher speed, and I bet you it's going to probably collide with something on the planet and kill something down there. So let's go see what happens. So if we can get the right spot, maybe we can put a collector there and harvest whatever falls. So I believe there's some steel plates on the ground here somewhere. I'm not seeing any steel plates. I wonder if it's too far away and they just render out. I don't see a crater. That's kind of a plus, right? Alright, so let's see what happens. Let's go with the Kestrel. Inventory. Ejector. And I was hoping that was stone. That'd been really awesome, because that would really be nice to start sending stone down, because, well, if it doesn't come down here, that's fine. Let's see if we did this. This is kind of crazy, but so we came down over here, so hopefully they do as well. Well, this obviously needs some work. As we get creamed in the head by radio components. And I'm not seeing anything out here either. Well, this kind of sucks. I was really hoping this was going to work. I wonder if there's a, maybe if we do a transition block. It's kind of hard to believe this stuff just vanishes. Maybe maybe I have a trash turned on or something like that, auto trash removal. That might be something to check into to see if this works. Alright, let's come up here, take a look. So we have some debris floating. Alright, so I think we're going to throw a couple more things out and follow them down this time. Alright, so here we go. So let's come in here. And we're going to wrap up after this. So let's hopefully get this to work. Let's see here. Let's throw 200 girders out. What? It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh, because it sucked it back up, that's why. I wonder if that's what happened with the antennas. That might be why they didn't pop back through. Or the radio components. Yeah, because we had 500 when we started. Oh, quick, catch up, catch up. Yeah, they're vanishing. Okay. Alright, so we're going to wrap up here. I'm going to go and check and see if it's a trash removal issue or what. So let's go back to Kestrel. We're out of range. That's got to be a trash removal issue. Yeah, it only threw out a couple radios, so that's cool. And we'll see about getting this to work, because I think this is going to be pretty cool to be able to do that, as we just call down some parts and they just drop. We put one of those gravity collectors down on the surface and scoop the stuff back up. So, alright, we're going to wrap up the episode here. This is Havoc. Have fun. Keep gaming.